What's up guys, my name is Marc Steiner. Today we are going to be talking about the brand new Sony A7 III, the entry-level mirrorless camera in their lineup, but that is underselling it beyond compare. This thing is an absolute beast. This camera by far is the best entry-level full-frame camera on the market. It's incredible. It has a 24 megapixel back-illuminated sensor. It can shoot 10 frames a second. It can shoot 4K at 30 frames per second. It can shoot 1080 at 60 frames per second. It now has continuous IAF, something that was lacking on the A7 II because then you only had single shot, you didn't have continuous, but now it brings that feature from the A7R III and the A9. It now brings that feature from their top-end cameras to their entry-level camera. Photos have 15 stops of dynamic range and are 14-bit RAW whether you're shooting in silent or in mechanical shutter, which is just ridiculous at 10 frames a second. Another thing that's borrowed from the A9 is the ridiculous AF system. It has the same system as the A9, 693 autofocus points with a 93% coverage of the frame. For video, we have 4K 30 frames per second, and it's actually a 6K oversampling, which is the same thing on the A9. I expected this because of the lower resolution than the A7R III. They're finally giving you S-Log as well as the new HLG profile for high dynamic range. And surprisingly, they keep the same body from the A7R III. So you get the joystick, you get the new Z batteries, and you get dual SD card slots in their entry-level camera. With all of these new features, you're going to have an increase in price compared to the previous generation, but for what you're getting, it is very reasonable. This camera is going to cost $2,000 and will be available in April with pre-orders starting this Wednesday. Sony is really proving that they are the best manufacturer on the market because they are putting so much tech and so much development even into their entry-level cameras. It's absolutely ridiculous the specs on this thing that only cost $2,000. This is by far the best entry-level camera on the market. It puts the 6D Mark II to shame, and it puts the Nikon D750 to shame because that is such an old camera at this point, it cannot keep up with modern-day cameras. But even if we compare it to the 5D Mark IV, Canon's Pro Body offering, it comes in with relatively similar specs, if not better, for $1,500 less. So if this isn't a huge warning shot, people should be taking note with what Sony is doing with all of their cameras, no matter the price range, because this is by far the best tech we're seeing put into cameras, and the innovation and the timeline at which they're putting out technology is absolutely insane, especially compared to Canon, who has lagged behind for the past couple of years. Alright guys, that's it from me. My name's been Marc Steiner. Let me know what you think about this camera.